I'm still alive. Although I did go to the doctor today. Went to the doctor Monday. Went to the doctor today. Went to the dentist yesterday. And now I have a break. So, hanging out and thought I'd do a reply to Suzie. Are those two? Hey, Jason, what's up? Thought that name of the video, my title on the video, would get the attention, because Jason, what those, what the two. I haven't watched Susie's videos for a little while, and she came up with or her video she had about, and she's talking about showed a picture of book Forrest Fenn, I guess, the first copy or the copy. It was probably the one of the copies before they were all printed, before any books were printed. It's probably a person, anyhow, the copy Forrest Fenn was looking at showed one bomb, and in our books, all the rest of the books have two bombs being dropped, and she didn't know what significance that was. They're napalm. They're double blazes. Double blazes is napalm. Suzie, the two bombs were napalm bombs, and they're fire bombs. They're double blazes. Two blazes is what that signifies. I bet, like I've been telling you, it's double blazes. If you don't know the double blazes, and you don't know what you're not it. If you don't have double blazes, then you're not at the right place. That's like you're gonna know when you're at the end. When you find where it is, you'll know that where you started. You'll know where you don't know where you start until you find the end, because there's a blaze at each end. The double blazes, the two napalm bombs being dropped, they're fire bombs. He dropped two fire bombs. That's double blazes. And I ain't coming up with nothing intelligent, according to my critics. You know, how long I've been saying double blazes, and that's what the whole search is about. Two omegas. There's two big gold nuggets, two daughters. Talks about two different cars. He talks about several cars and lots of fish. And then I was reading a story about him talking about some guy. He was riding a horse, right? And he picked up a rope and he was riding a horse. And he didn't know that there was a horse on the end of the rope that he had picked up also. So he was dragging a dead horse. That's like beating a dead horse. That's why he shows the dead dog it talks about the painting with the dead dog on the bridge, because you're either beating a dead dog or you're beating a dead horse. That's what the saying goes, So most searchers are beating a dead horse. If you ain't got double blazes in your solve, then you're beating a dead horse. Yeah. Oh, so that's about it, So I had to title the video "Double Blazes," Suzie, because she doesn't know what those bombs were. They were napalm bombs, and they're fire bombs. Go watch some napalm bombing. Look up napalm Vietnam, Suzie, and watch some of them videos. How they dropped a big old fire bomb. It lights up. Yeah, you light up a whole drag strip, It's like a quarter mile of flames. So those bombs go down and they just tumble up, explode, and the fuel just goes all over the place. And it's a big fire bomb. And there was a whole lot of controversy about the napalm bombing in Vietnam and then the Agent Orange and stuff. And I'm seeing if they should be done by now. Oh, they're still on. Tell them, hey, we're done watching you. We had enough. We're watching somebody who knows something. Just like Toby was saying last week. Toby was saying last week, love the smell of napalm in the morning. Was that on Good Morning Vietnam? Or Robin Williams, I think, said that anyhow. I had one tooth that was abscess pulled yesterday. Man, they take it out in about 8 pieces, and then got the tail end of it out. But and then when I went to the doctor, right, I had to have physical because I have shoulder surgery on. In 2 weeks, I got shoulder surgery. Oh, crack. I don't think they know what's going on over here in this part of my shoulder. They're talking about some other part, and it's like, no, it's this part right here. So I had to get a pre-surgery physical. And they, so, you know, they do all this stuff, and then they had to do an EKG on me, right? And the girls, you know, she hooked up all the wires and stuff and ran the thing and she printed it out, and I gotta go ask the doctor about this. you know you don't know anything. They don't tell you. You're the last one to find out. And she went and talked to her and come back and she, oh well, the doctor says it was a twitching muscle or a nerve. Yeah, it is. That shoulder it's about constantly it's like me, the nerves are constantly twitching in there. And that's part of my pain in my back is because my nerves are always twitching, and occasionally they'll cramp the muscle up. Because I had a really bad one on the left. You think you're having a heart attack because it's your chest and all. It hurts like hell, but it's the nerves right along my spine. I get a muscle cramp in my spine, and that pinches the nerves, and my power just came back on. Wow. Because wind picked up. It was supposed to be windy tonight, and I was supposed to have power today all through tomorrow from wind. But Suzie didn't know that those are double blazes. The two bombs are napalm, and they're double blazes. Yeah, there are other clues in the book. So let me go. Gorman said he just showed us in the book where it says there are clues in the book. Scattered through the pages of the book, not just in the poem. They're scattered through the pages of the book. Forrest Fenn has something up the sleeve. This is the sleeve that the book's in. And there's quotes around that saying that there are clues scattered amongst the pages of the book. Not just in one page, not just on they're scattered. So scattered, that's more than two. That's three or more. Because just two is not really scattered. They're scattered through. There's lots of clues in the book. And they don't get a clue. They ain't got a clue. I got clues. And Suzie didn't know the two bombs. I'll go to page 100, right near 100. Page 99. These two bombs are napalm bombs. Napalm bombs have these fins on the back. I don't know if it slows them down. It probably slows them down somewhat. Guides them, I don't know. But and then they hit and they tumble and throw fire everywhere. You could light up your whole neighborhood with one of them bombs. But those are napalm bombs. He dropped a lot of, maybe he killed a lot of people, you know. That was his job. And as I have gone alone in there, he went alone in there in his plane. He went alone in there under fire. Because if there's a blaze at the end, there has to be a blaze at the beginning too. That's one way, you know, he's gone alone under fire and oh, suddenly got a few more people. They must have ended their show over there. Yep, they did. So, yeah, okay. So, since, yeah, the two bombs are napalm. They're double blazes. They're fire bombs. 2 fire bombs he's dropping. That's double blazes. So, double blazes is not just in the gypsies and the stout-hearted men. The double blazes comes from here too. And what are the cow udders? Double blazes. Yeah. First and last. Yeah. Yeah, Jason. That looks oh, this guy has a sweat ring on it, but after I got home, I noticed that the thing here isn't lined up with this is off to the side, you know. It has that character thing going on. And yeah, I got good wind power now. The wind's up 18 miles an hour. Or 20 miles an hour now, running good. My inverter has enough voltage to power my computer and everything with a 20-mile-an-hour wind. I was hoping I didn't have to start the generator tonight. I figured I wouldn't have to run the generator till Wednesday. It's 44 degrees. Oh, it warmed up 4 degrees in the last 15 minutes, so it's getting close to 45 degrees. Yeah, I got Togo, my African gray parrot, and Jack. You've seen Jack in my videos. Shanktopotamus. What's a shanktopotamus? Shankopotamus. That's like a... I can't imagine that. A hippopotamus on a... Yeah, Togo, he's 19 years old. I took him to Canada once and got charged with parrot trafficking. So I'm a convicted parrot trafficker. That's international law from the UN that the U.S. adapted and the Canadians adapted. And if I wanted to take him to Canada and back, it cost about $600. That's how crazy, that's how stupid it is. Or even Mexico or anywhere. Yeah, if I want to take him out of the country, you got to pay for an export permit to take him to that country. You got to pay for an import permit in that country to bring him in there. And then you got to pay for an export permit to export him back to your home country and an import permit to import him back home. And Togo's from Lake Mary, Florida. He's Millennium Bird. Yeah, don't ever try and cross the border with a parrot in your car. They said they were crackers over him. They kept him in an under the paper put parrot kept an undisclosed location. More secret than a terrorist. But Suzie brought up the two bombs. Those are double blazes, napalm bombs. They, you know, and when his plane hit the side of the mountain, it exploded. People didn't figure that. That maybe that's why he put the second bomb. Or I think the other bomb was there, and I don't know. Forrest was showing a copy in some interview with this page with just that much of the picture, one bomb showing it. And Suzie brought up that her book has two bombs. And you don't know that's double blazes? If you don't know that's what double blazes is. That and the gypsies and the stout-hearted men. They're the other two blazes, the ones with the campfires. And they're the memories you find on the canyon walls at either end. I'll tell you, the gypsies at the beginning of it were a lot easier to find than the stout-hearted men at the end of it. And I didn't know that was the deal until I found the stout-hearted. When I found the stout-hearted men, I go, I've been wondering where the hell they were. There they are. So, but the snow's 4 feet deep. I mean, they just had the area closed for avalanche control. So, you know, it's like, that's why I said I posted a video of of one of the avalanches, and I said, "Oh, the treasure's now buried." That's under the avalanche. Basically, it's pretty damn close. It could be, yeah, you know. But yeah, Suzie, I'm not telling you double blazes, middle fingers. I'm telling you these two bombs are blazes. That's double blazes. Everything's double everything. There's two guns, two bombs. He should have had his partner's airplane in there. It's two airplanes too. That's why twos are important. 20 people have been bringing up 22. What's about 22? 22. Well, everything's in twos. Two. Except for these little guys. And look at that guy. That guy's about 3'6", and he's smoking a cigarette. See, Forrest? These guys, what are they? Pygmies, Forrest? I thought you were in Southeast Asia. But these guys all look like pygmies. Didn't anybody ever notice that? He was down there in Vietnam and Laos. Do those guys look Vietnamese or Laotian? Forrest was in other places that has to be somewhere else. Those are like guys from the pygmy tribe. Those are full grown adult. Those are adult. Those are that's as big as they get wherever they are, and they're not Vietnamese. They are pygmies. Negrito pygmies. That means black pygmies. Yeah, Negrito, they're like that. They have champagne, Negro, whatever. Yeah, it just means black. That's all it means, black. It's a color. People make a big deal out of it. I knew they weren't in Laos or Vietnam. And I had read that before. I just forgot. Whatever. This is a Black Canyon. I stopped there on my way. here in 2015 when I was coming in March. There was snow when I was there, but it was still open, and they have you have to wear snowshoes if you walk out near the edge. They want you to wear the snowshoes with the spikes. So the napalm bombs, he dropped napalm on people, cooked them right there in their clothes and everything, and that was, he was following orders. He said he wished, he feels differently about that stuff now. And there was another story I read about somebody worried about if knowing what they'd done, that they could not ever harm another person, because they felt so bad for what they had done in war. And I think that I think was out of the For Whom the Bell Tolls, Korean version, but it's just got some Korean subtitles, and I don't know if you can turn them off or not, but it's got Korean subtitles, but it's in English. It's the regular movie, but as subtitles. I didn't try and turn them off, but you should be able to turn them off. And who's ever selling these on eBay probably isn't supposed to. But it comes with the U.S., it plays on a U.S. machine, so. And then I got another dentist appointment, because they're supposed to be fixing me up, and I'm going to have a Burt Reynolds smile. You read? I read her once. Yeah. I like the movie Grapes of not Grapes of Wrath. The Cannery Row. That's a good movie. That's a real good movie. With Nick Nolte in it, my twin. Except Nick Nolte's got about 10, 12 years on me. I got a bunch of these. These came in the mail. These are buffing, polishing things for the Dremel, so I can polish my stones. And I got some of these diamond wheels. I got 2 packages like this for cutting my rocks and stuff, so I can play with them. Probably enough. No, only 15-mile-an-hour wind. If the wind was blowing about 25, 30 miles an hour, then I can run the Dremel. But with it wet like it is, I only have it run my computer and charge the phone. And I found an alarm clock that runs off a USB, micro USB. So because if it's micro USB, I don't have to run an inverter. I just need a cigarette lighter adapter that plugs in the wall. Because I've got 4 cigarette lighter, wait, maybe more. I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 in here. There's 1 outside. Be headed back to Colorado tomorrow, finally. Been trapped in Missouri. Oh, did you get caught one of them bear traps, or was it a rabbit trap, or what? Yeah, and they had other strange requests at the doctor's today. That was really strange, Here's the cup. And here's some towelettes to clean end before you. What kind of instructions is that? And why, as a urologist, oh, it's something, they're testing to make sure I'm not, why do you have this bone cancer or blood cancer? I got mythemia vera. It's and there's only 5,000 people in the country that have the type what I have. Only 5,000 other the other there's 95,000 other people in the country that have the same, but it's the type that has a genetic thing. Mine's the non-genetic, and it's probably because the VA hadn't taken care of my thyroid problems and stuff. I asked to see the thyroid doctor at the VA, and they refused to let me see the thyroid doctor there. So I put in again for a thyroid, endocrinologist outside the VA. And we can't find one, nearby. And the one in Denver won't see me. I just looked up on the internet. There's one in Taos, and Taos is closer than Pueblo. Taos is like, I can take the back road down to Taos from here. Go through San Luis, and you drive across the reservation. It's reservation land, and it's open horse range. So you got to watch out for horses on the road and stuff like that. But you're going to New Mexico right that way, and maybe I'll go down there and hike down to that. No, I bet that hot spring, the water's high. There's probably still there's no ice. Shouldn't be any ice on the sides. Snow. The river, the Rio Grande River is melting. Report that. I see it when I drive into town. You cross the bridge. When you cross the bridge, you go into the city limits, the river. So the other side of the bridge is Alamosa. But and I'm coming down the highway doing 67, and I see a car on the side of the road way up there, and that's probably a cop. Yeah, it was a cop. It was a trooper sitting there. I went by him doing 66. Speed limit 65. They're I measured the car, the GPS in my car. If the car says 66, I'm actually doing 64. Because I go by what the GPS, what the satellite says. Your car usually will tell you that you're doing 1 or 2 miles an hour faster than you really are, because they'd rather have you think you're going faster and not get a tick. If they were telling you were going slower than you actually are and you got a ticket, then you could sue Chevrolet or Ford or Toyota or whoever made your car. My brother, he drives a Volvo, a truck, and he learned that you should have got a Peterbilt, man. He's out there and the fuel pump's not working, and his truck died on him twice. Oh, I gotta look down there. I look under my griddle. I turned my griddle over for the rib side because I had a couple of 4-ounce sirloins for dinner. I had tooth pulled here yesterday, and I was chewing with this side. So, anything interesting happening here? Family trap, John Steinbeck, Root Cannery Road. Oh, Steinbeck did? Okay. I'll have to remember that. Me headed back. Yeah. Okay, that's where I left off. How long they figure you've had it? Oh, my at least 15 years. and actually getting treated, I feel better. I feel better than I have for years right now. I can breathe better, but when it's time for me, I got to go in every 2 weeks, and they check it, and if it's back up over the number again, then they take another half a liter, 500 milliliters. That's half a liter. So it looks like more than half a liter in the. That's a half a liter bag. It's like the old pint of. Yeah, yeah. I brought in my labs. I showed the doctor my labs from the lab since 2004, and way back 2004, the numbers were high, and the other doctors, well, that's altitude. But no, it's not altitude, because my numbers were like that at sea level too. So, because I had some tests in Florida, tests in down in Texas and Corpus Christi when I went down there, and tests in Oregon. I was living on the coast, so there was no reason for those numbers to be high because of altitude. But the doctor says I'm pretty sure that you had it, but now that I see your labs, I'm positive, So I got to get some more tests before I go in again. Yeah, I'm feeling better. I mean, this shit's been dogging me for 20 years probably, since 98 or so, and it gives you neuropathy. And I told him it feels like my bones are broken in my feet, and it's because my bone marrow is where the cancer is, in my bone marrow, and it makes mutant blood cells that don't carry oxygen well, and it makes too many of them. So, with draining it off, you get rid of some of those bad ones. 4% of my blood cells are immature mutants. That's what they call immature blood cells. Yeah, and when your numbers like that, then it's because of a bone marrow infection. Bone marrow, it's bone marrow cancer. When your bone marrow does that, then you have this. You're considered to have this polycythemia vera, and really what it is, it's the opposite of being anemic. Anemic, you don't have enough blood, but this condition, you have too much blood, which will explode your brain and cause blood clots. And it's normally a left or right turn. Oh, double blazes you're doing using both hands. It's the middle fingers, and when you turn your double blazes upside down, they're cow udders. Those are cow udders, Squirt, squirt. That's what. And when you take a picture of the double blazes thing next to his pile of airplanes and stuff. But if you turn it over, it's cow udders and cats. It's neat. It's an art. It's abstract art. People call it pareidolia, or what. It's not. No, this is beyond pareidolia because there's Egyptian gods. No, Egyptian gods aren't pareidolia. A man riding on a bird is not pareidolia. yeah, with a pair of legs under it. That's not. No, that's the Egyptian god Thoth. This guy. And see, the one I found, it's a man riding a bird, and here they turn the man into the bird. So The one I found is older than the ones in Egypt. This guy in Egypt, he says that he came from Atlantis and he built the pyramids in Egypt after Atlantis was destroyed. Not some of Atlantis was swallowed by the sea, yeah, by tidal waves and whatever, you know. But the stuff up here in the mountains is still there. But there's vitrified rock, and so when this Younger Dryas and that comet or whatever hit up in Canada, there were pieces of comet that hit all over and cooked a lot of stuff. And when that happened, it would have happened on one side of the earth, you know. The other side wouldn't have gotten as much as this side. But it melted the ice caps and flooded the oceans, and imagine a giant rock hitting out in the ocean. What kind of freaking tidal wave you're going to get from that, man? It's huge, you know. So, yeah, the Atlantis was here. And actual garden, they go way back. The Garden of Eden is said to be high in the mountains at the top of the world. That's what that is, because I found the guy up there that was supposed to create it, his figure's up there too, the guy that made Adam and Eve. Enki or Enlil or the guy in the throne, you know, and right by Anubis. Anubis is the guardian of the dead and treasure, so I don't know. People go, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, Forrest knew nobody would believe the person. He knew that nobody would believe. You have to be brave to put up with the people that don't believe you. And in the wood is art. What are you doing, Jack? He's like, my water bowl is only a quarter full. He was in and out dog today. So my doctors, it turns out my oncologist doctor has been sending my VA doctor, telling her people to get this over to my VA, you know, Dr. X. And I seen Dr. X today. I said, did you get her? She's been trying to communicate with you. And she says, no, I haven't received anything from her. You know? So, but anyhow, on my way home, I got a call from the VA's choice people, and they, he was telling me that I could get a primary care outside the VA system also, you know. Crocodile Kings made the pyramids. No, the Mammoth Kings did. Mammoths, they used just like they do in Burma. They still use elephants to move huge things. If you couldn't buy a Ford F-250 in 10,000 BC, but you could find a mammoth. Didn't that go to the mammoth lot? I need I want to, you know, you can get an old mammoth, a young mammoth. There'd be mammoth breeders. You imagine the demand. They were like their vehicles. It was like a horse to them. Football field, 200 foot. 200 feet. The Moses is one of the blazes, you know, and even the stout-hearted man is, and the gypsies are. You can't get there. They're up, way up on the side of a cliff. You can't get within 200 feet, you know. Some of them, yeah, you can get about 200 feet. That's about as close as you can get because they're way. Unless you're freaking Spider-Man, you're not getting within 200 feet of the blaze. And I think the only Spider-Man I know is Davio, who's had teachers with ropes. Yeah. And if Susie's in the room and wondering what the double blazes is about, it's about the napalm bombs. I don't know when anybody's joined in or leaving or what. The number's gone down. The napalm bombs, those two bombs, they're napalm. They're fire bombs. It's double blazes. Two of everything. 22 people. 22, what's a 22? Yeah. We've got it figured out. Don't ask again. Oh. So, I got, the doctor, the dentist said, no hot chocolate, because they got that hole where they took the tooth out has to heal. But no hot chocolate. But didn't say anything about yeah, before I get my top dentures, is going to be a pain in the ass to eat. I'm going to have to use my ninja and blend my food and spoon eat it. I bet tacos would be good that way. Eat taco mush. Root beer floats, yeah. Root beer floats are dang. Never eat ice cream and then drink a soda. Because you got that ice cream in there and you pour the soda on there and that ice cream starts expanding. Baby metal thing. Give me chocolate. I got these, I gotta put them in my wallet. 50 cents. I can say, what is it? I gotta buy, you get two of these, they're $1.88 a piece, so it's like $3.76 for two, minus, so it's like $3.25 for two of them. That's not too bad. I get the big one because it's cheaper than the small bar packages. You get more chocolate for your $1. And I saw something else. People are still hiding coins. I mean, if I got time to go searching, I'm going to go searching for Fenn's treasure. I'm not going looking for somebody's stone out there. But I'm going to use my laser printer, and I downloaded some art, a buffalo art, and I'm going to print a buffalo on there, and I'll hide that outside or somewhere. Might print it on there with it say Cody underneath. And I changed the newer shirt designs I made. These people, I covered them up with a whole bunch of new flames, so they're not copies of something. They're like theirs, but they're not the same thing. Somebody's got, somebody trying to accuse me of some copyright violation. I was like, bullshit, man. You change it more than 20%, it's new. That's like, you take a dollar bill and you print your own face on it and call it a $22 bill. or something. Whatever. It's not a copy of anything. It's not real, so it ain't worth shit. So, and everybody know, anybody who accept it would be either a dumbass or somebody who thought they could throw you in jail for it. Yeah, Flora Jansen is the poop. Oh, Japanese metal band. Sounds like my granddaughters, yeah. Flora Jansen. Did it. Oh, there's a lot of people. I don't know. What can I say? I can't. The double blaze is an actual thing in the Forrest Fenn chase, and people give me crap. I hope 10, 15 people show up at Fembury wearing the double blazes to make Forrest go, holy what the? Wind generator going good, 18 miles an hour wind. Supposed to have me wind power all night and all day tomorrow. What's the forecast tomorrow? Partly sunny with wind. Wind 10 to 20 miles an hour. Oh, 20 to 30 in the afternoon. Tuesday night, 10 to 15. If they say 10 to 15, it's 15 to 20 or 25. And if they say to 30, it can get to 40, 45. Yeah. Oh. That's not what Forrest twists the meaning of everything. Because it's what he thinks it means. It's not what the book says it means. That's like a benchmark. On the map, a benchmark is an X. In reality, it's a picnic bench. Right? When, like stopping at the schoolhouse, all roadside rest. And there's mirrors. So, if you think it means left, he actually means right. It's just the opposite of what you think. It's 44.6 here. 9:30 at night and 7,650 feet. That chocolate's good. Anyways, I'm going to get some more tea. My messy kitchen. I don't have any KitchenAid, you know. Well, I do have some KitchenAid things. And I just got some new kitchen equipment. Oh, I got I bought some pot. I bought this new pot at Walmart today. It has a strainer thing that hooks on these. So there's little things there. I put it in the cupboard. But if the pot I had, if I made macaroni and cheese, it was right to the rim. So I got a bigger one for that stuff. But it was a $29 one. It was on sale for $17. Only the red one. The black one was still $29. Only the red one was on sale. I couldn't understand why only the red one. So they do. See, there's my double blazes. It's a sweatshirt. It's a good size print. If you get the hoodie, it's a smaller print because it has the prints above the the hand pockets. I'm a monkey. I took the rope off him so I don't have the thing to swing him around. Yeah. He makes a nice pillow for my head. I can lean back and it's a cushion. The t-shirt turned out great. Yeah, the t-shirt. I noticed that the print on Bill Whoopi got one, and I stopped by. Yes. The print was brighter than mine and stuff, so I don't know what, what do I got? Well, hey, if it prints darker on, why can't they get their color right? I wanted them bright and colorful. I thought this orange was kind of dull. The flames are supposed to look like flames. It says blazes. There's flames inside the letters. And then it's burning the candle at both ends. He said is that in the book that he said that about his dad? It's either in the last page or it's in his... pretty busy lighting candles. Some of them on both ends. Okay. So he says, now I feel that my father is sitting on the edge of a cloud. He's sitting on the edge of a cloud, but he's up there in the rock, up at the side of the cliff. Somewhere watching. If he knows everything about me, he's pretty busy burning or pretty busy lighting candles. Some of them on both ends. Busy lighting candles, and some of them on both ends. What he's telling you is there's more than two blazes. There's a whole bunch of blazes in between them. Because what's a candle? It's a blaze. It's got a flame on it. But I hope he knows that I've been sometimes guilty only by innuendo, and that's why I wrote my epitaph with such profundity. I wish I could have lived to do the things I was attributed to. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I was called the black sheep of the family. Oh, yeah, according to some people in the family, the black sheep and all that stuff, and yeah, and before my dad died, he's gonna that he told somebody that he thought, well, maybe Bill was right all along about that life after about, reality and death and going on, and you keep going, you're reincarnated, and it's all, life is just a dream, just like Jiminy Cricket, wish upon a star, and your dream will come true. Um, if who doesn't wish that well, one of my wishes was for something like this. So, but Forrest says he covets things. Where's that book? It's down there. Where is it? Is it down there? That's not it. There it is. He covets things. That means he in his words, it's like things like he given his wife, and he still considers it his. Things he's given to his granddaughter, but they're his until he dies. He's hinting that the treasure is still his until he dies. And it's a chapter right before Moses, which is one of the major plays in my thing. Things I covet. That chapter in Once Upon a While is very important. I'm going to put it close enough to read it. Buy the book. And so it says Fenn Limpias on the cart there. Someone must have painted that for him. The painters, their signatures on there. Can't read it. I'll have to scan it and blow it up bigger. I tried that with a painting I took at the physical therapy office. There was a painting of rocks like I found, and I wanted to find out who the artist was and see if they were interested in painting some of the formations I found that are of importance. Since they were able to see enough to paint what they did on their painting. I think he talks about Chuck Hullings. So that's who signed it. Clark Hullings gave this one to me. He was a special friend whose work was sold in our gallery. Clark was getting a lot of publicity and winning awards and important shows to his quickly escalated in value. In the early 70s, I gave my wife one of his paintings for her birthday. I paid $6,500 for it. After a few years, Peggy's mother retired. She had been managing a ladies' ready-to-wear store in San Angelo, Texas. My wife came to me and said, "You know, honey, I really love that Hollings painting you gave me, but my mother needs a place to live, and I'd like to help her." The painting had doubled in value more than a few times, so we sold it, and Peggy's mother bought Peggy's mother a nice home with the money. Bought a home with the money from a painting. Wow. I still have the one small floral by Clark. It's called The Single Rose. My wife thinks it's hers, and I don't have the guts to tell her it isn't. Does that mean it's hers? Wish I'd kept some of his larger works. Ben Stahl was another friend. He was the kind of guy you wanted to be around and stay around. Oh, we had a show for him. And one of the most popular paintings depicted a cowboy on a ladder who was about to climb into a hayloft. Now you see the cowboy on about climbing up a ladder into a hayloft. It sounds like the drawings on the treasure box. The title was "The Way the West Was Won." We sold it quickly and could have sold it another 10 times over. Been painted this considered version and gave it to me. And so I guess that's this painting here with a couple. Oh my God. Now, so this painting here is so similar to my picture I have, my one rock formation, except you see he's climbing up over the edge to kiss her. The one in nature, the girl is climbing up over the edge to kiss the boy. Oh. Oh no, there's that folder. I gotta find it. Where is it? It's in there. I got it in a. So they're in their own folder. The pictures with. There. So. Well, one of the easiest ones to show is this one. Oop. Turn it around, show you the other side. So there is the girl climbing up on the right. Girl, that's her head. This is her body. These are her feet. She's standing on the tusk of, this is an elephant tusk, and she's climbing over the trunk of that's the eye of the elephant, and he's laying on top of the elephant. But you see, there's the thumb hole for the artist's easel. There's the thumb hole for the artist's easel is the elephant's eye. And so here's what I do.